What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 4 of the Midweek Athletes podcast. We decided to do a name change. We felt
Yes,
Has
sir.
Been was a little on the negative side, so we try to, as black men, be positive. So
Yes,
Midweek
sir.
Athletes, MWA, not NWA. So I don't want no copyright around here.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
So yeah, Midweek Athletes podcast. Different name, but the same crew. So get with it. Let's go.
And we appreciate y'all's support. Keep liking, subscribing, share with your friends, family. Listen to it wherever you get your podcast from. Apple,
Word them out.
Spotify,
Word them out.
all
Spread
of
the
that.
word.
Appreciate the love and the positive feedback, everybody. So we gonna keep it rolling. We gonna introduce this first topic of the day, and it's going to be contenders and pretenders in the NFL.
Let's get it.
And we just gonna run through real quick, and I'm gonna throw the teams out there to y'all and
You
y'all
can
let us know.
go NFC or AFC.
We'll start with the AFC.
Start with AFC. All right.
Baltimore Ravens.
Contenders.
Contenders.
Easily
Contenders.
Contenders, yeah.
Easily contenders. Number one seed.
Easily
right now.
contenders.
Definitely contenders.
Contenders.
On the verge of being pretenders after this season, though. They got one more season. This is it. They got to make something happen.
Why would they be pretenders next year?
Boy,
Huh?
Why would they be pretenders after this season?
You got one season with Odell.
Yeah.
You just drafted Zay Flowers. I mean, you really will. I mean, you got a running back set. You got to go get a healthy running back some way.
is
I
it
mean,
a
Kenyon
championship
Minson.
or bust?
Yes, it's championship or bust this year for me.
Oh, definitely
This year,
championship
they're,
bust
yeah.
Definitely.
This year they're contenders, but
definitely.
this year I'm saying it's championship or bust.
With
Like,
Lamar for sure.
Lamar
Okay.
got paid and started balling.
Gotta get paid, man.
So I told you, though.
Gotta
I
get
told you.
paid.
It depends on I'm just saying.
Miami Dolphins.
contenders.
Pretenders.
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 They're
Why?
pretenders.
They haven't beat anybody good all year. Still haven't beat anybody good. Blew a 14-point lead in the last 3 minutes of a game.
That was terrible. That
Like-
It
was
was a
terrible.
crazy game.
Like, how do you lose that lead? That was the first time that's gonna happen in what, 40 years?
That was terrible.
It was terrible. And Tyreek got hurt. Pretenders. Kansas City Chiefs.
Contenders.
I'm gonna say pretenders actually.
Contenders.
Because they.
You got Mahomes.
right.
You a contender in my opinion.
I was about to say, you got Mahomes,
Yes,
man.
that's fair.
He makes you a contender.
I just think that the way that they've lost recently,
Right.
like we haven't seen this team on the road in the playoffs. So
Ever.
that's what's scary. Like, what are they outside of Arrowhead in the playoffs? So, I mean, obviously they got Patrick Mahomes, and I'm not degrading him or anything like that. But
that nigga is
no, it's true.
different.
But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
they have never been on the road in the playoffs. So,
Is the real question, is Travis Kelce the same player? That's the real thing. If
Well,
you watching
he has
these
no
games.
help. He has no help to be a threat. He's always been like someone else has been another threat.
But he
on the offensive
Tyreek
end for
wasn't
them.
there
Like,
last year.
Yeah, but they had another threat. What's his
Don't
face?
say Juju.
Nah, Juju wasn't. Nah, collective, the whole group,
I was
the
gonna
whole
say,
wide
don't say
receiver
Tony.
group.
Like,
Nah, hell.
don't say Tony.
No, that's Tony.
Hey, he got a ring though, but
He does.
Yeah.
collective as a collective group, they were just a better wide receiver group than they were last year. I mean, this year than they were. I mean,
But they
last year than they were this year. They're
But they
terrible this year.
have
Juju's
the
in
same
New England,
group
right?
minus Juju. It's the same group.
Okay, so he isn't. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Because you're
I
right.
mean, maybe it's an Eric Manilami thing, or I
Eric
butcher his
Bieniemy?
name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Eric
I
Bieniemy.
butcher his name every time. But
You see what he doing for Sam Howell, even though
Man.
that offensive
is he
line
still
is terrible.
leading the lead in yards?
He was. I think he got passed last week.
By who? I actually want to see. He might be still
The,
leading the lead in
the
yards.
fact that he was leading the league in passing in the first place is wild to me. Sam Howell leading the league in passing yards. That's a credit to Eric
stretch. Yeah,
Bieniemy, though.
yeah, it's a stretch.
It is, and the Commanders are dumpster fire. I'm gonna move to the next one while Everest figures out who led the league in passing yards currently.
it's Tua.
It's Tua.
Okay,
Tua. Not a shock. He got
Yeah.
Tyreek.
understandable.
Jacksonville.
They are pretenders.
Pretenders.
Contenders.
They're
I'm
pretenders.
gonna say pretenders.
Why are they contenders?
Young defense that was leading the league in forced turnovers up until 2 weeks ago. They have Trevor Lawrence, who's an ascending player. Calvin Ridley on the outside. Zay Jones, Evan Ingram at tight end. I love Travis Etienne at running back. Like, they have all the pieces to make a playoff push. Their kryptonite is Kansas City. And at this point, they wouldn't see Kansas City until an AFC championship game if it stays the same. If it were to stay the same. So I believe in Jacksonville. I'm here for you, Duval. I'm here for you. Don't let them tell y'all that we not. Cleveland Browns.
Pretenders. Oh,
Pretenders.
Yeah, pretenders. Yeah,
They don't have a quarterback.
They don't have a quarterback.
No
Even with that
quarterback,
quarterback, they were still pretenders. Even with Deshaun Watson, they were still
Got
pretenders.
paid all that money for what?
Yeah, nothing.
He had earned that money to that point.
And he's been playing like shit since.
Before he got hurt with his season-ending shoulder injury,
He sucks.
He was balling. His last game against Baltimore, he killed them.
Hot garbage.
He sucks. Didn't he throw a pick six that game?
He did throw a pick six that game. He
Oh, yeah.
also threw the game-winning touchdown.
He sucks. He's a pretender. He
does not
even
suck.
yeah.
This is Scoring Texans fans
that's
for
an-
y'all information. Scoring Texans fans talking about this.
I'm not.
Well, a division rival, a scoring
Yeah.
division rival, and an ex-Texans fan. I don't even know what side he's on anymore.
That's crazy.
Anyway,
That's crazy.
Deshaun has like one, maybe 2 wins against us. So I prefer a way to say. I could say that point.
He only played
He
against us
sucks.
once. So
but moving along, whoever us is,
I was just best.
the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Pretenders.
Pretenders.
Yeah.
Pretenders. That defense is amazing, but the offense is terrible.
Horrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Indianapolis Colts.
We are pretenders.
Here we yes.
You're honest.
Yeah,
bro.
Yes.
we're not gonna win the Super Bowl this year. We're not gonna win the Super Bowl this year. Let's be honest.
No.
But I will say, this is a hard take. The AFC South will probably be the toughest division in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got Trevor, you got CJ, Anthony Richardson.
And Will Levis. The mayonnaise boy.
So
Yeah, oh,
mayonnaise in coffee is disgusting.
The mayonnaise boy.
Man, I want to know how the hell he even got into that.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise and coffee.
Maybe that's the reason he can lead a 14-point comeback with 3 minutes left.
I don't know what it is.
Just
Yeah.
That's
But-
gross, bro. That's really
AFC
nasty.
South will probably be the toughest division.
Probably
in
so.
the next 3 to 5 years. If Anthony Richardson pays out, which I think he will.
Hopefully so. I hope that he can still throw after this injury he sustained.
This guy Giannis just dropped 64 points.
Killing y'all,
Giannis got
man.
64.
Killing y'all. It's a shame. Okay, let's get through these others real quick because I want to get to the NFC. Houston Texans.
Oh, pretenders.
Pretenders right now.
Yeah, I agree. It's
Pretenders
obvious.
right
We
now.
don't have to go into that one.
Yeah.
Let's ride Denver Broncos.
Pretenders.
Pretenders.
I love Russell Wilson, but he has not gotten them to where at least the level that they should be at consistently.
I
So,
agree.
I'm not going to say that because they're low-key second in their division and have a chance to win a division. Right?
They're 7-6 and second in their division. That tells you how not good that division is.
Yeah, but
considering what Russell Wilson's supposed to be.
he's a first-year head coach.
But it's Russell Wilson
But yeah,
It
we're
is.
talking about Russell Wilson.
Yeah,
living up to standard.
Implementing a whole system in 1 year and expecting it to work out is.
Because y'all just said Deshaun was being trash, and yet Deshaun's team has been better than Denver. The Browns are better than Denver.
Yeah, but they also had this. They've also been working with the same head coach for the past 2 to 3 years.
But Deshaun just got there last year.
No, he didn't.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
He didn't play.
But that's my point.
No, he played last year.
He was suspended until what, week 12?
11, 12?
11, 12?
Something
So
like
he
that.
First
barely
game back was
played
against-
last year.
Yeah. But I mean, you're training in a system though. It's still the same head coach. You're still practicing with the system. You're still
Right.
training with the system. You still a whole year with the system.
So
All the Broncos had was a training camp.
is that? But so is
That's
that?
fair, but I'm still we're pretenders.
Does that lead to why Russell Wilson turns the ball over, fumbles the ball?
Absolutely.
He threw 3 picks against the Texans.
That all leads into that. What do you mean your receiver can run a wrong route? They might not get in the play call around.
Picks were thrown because of the wrong route. I was at the
that
game.
last pick was all his fault.
Maybe in that game specifically, but those things happen in a game. Like
No, it does.
They can.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
But does Russell Wilson look like the same player he was in Seattle?
no.
Thank you. That's the entire
if that's
point.
Your question, if that's your question, then no, he doesn't.
Cincinnati. This one should be easy.
Oh, pretenders. Yeah, pretenders.
And then last one, Buffalo.
Pretenders.
I actually think that might be a contender.
Yeah, I was about. Yeah,
Who are they gonna beat?
I'm gonna say contender.
What top AFC team they're gonna beat?
Buffalo can match up with Kansas City. They can match up with Jacksonville, and they can definitely match up with Miami. Baltimore, I don't think they match up.
They already beat Miami this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they already beat Miami this year. Okay.
And they beat the Chiefs.
But the thing is,
they need to make the playoffs first.
Yeah,
right.
And that's what I was about to say. I think they have to win out the rest of these games too.
Yeah,
because they
that's my problem.
If they lose one, then that's it.
Because they lost to Cincinnati and they lost to Denver.
Yeah.
So
Cincinnati's not even making the playoffs right now.
No, Cincinnati's at 10 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, NFC.
NFC.
We gonna hurry up and run through this real quick. San Francisco, Dallas, Detroit.
Contenders.
Those are all contenders in
all
the NFC.
Contenders.
Philly.
Contender.
Pretenders. I think.
Y'all remember the hot take I had? They losing in the first game they play in the playoffs.
They're pretenders. They can't figure it out. They lost Shane Strike in that offensive coordinator. You know what I'm saying? With the close now. Thank you for that.
They lost 2 in a row now, right? Philly.
Yeah.
Philly.
By blowout. Because me and Everest have been proven right on that.
Yeah.
That the 49ers was the better team.
Yeah.
And I told y'all that Dallas was going to go in there and do something to them. Dallas is playing the best.
I wasn't too sure about Dallas because it's a division game.
Everything y'all saying is 100% accurate. Yeah. I'm gonna still say
they're I think they're pretenders. I'm not gonna lie.
Minnesota Vikings.
Pretenders.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson.
Get
out. Justin Jefferson, get out while you can.
Justin Jefferson, get paid. Don't listen to that logic. Get your money.
You can, yes.
Right. And then
And
leave.
then go.
Like, yeah.
You can still get paid and get out.
Green Bay.
Pretenders right now.
Pretenders. This a young team.
Yeah,
they need to grow.
Pretenders, yeah. I will
Too
say
young.
next year.
Oh, they're gonna be something. They're gonna be a problem.
Next year.
That's why I said pretenders right now.
Next year, Green Bay can be something.
And they probably got to let Aaron Jones walk and then get another running back in there.
And all of them out trying to go get Ollie Gordon from is it Oklahoma State?
He's going back. He's going back to Oklahoma State.
Oh, he didn't declare for the draft?
Ooh, man, and that next year draft is gonna be.
I thought he declared. I thought he would have declared for.
I thought he would have.
He the number one running back on the.
He's still there for now, but it's December, so he can change his mind in a few weeks. The Rams.
Pretenders.
Yeah, I agree.
Contenders.
Ooh.
Because Sean McVay makes it possible. That guy's he's a phenomenal head coach. He's in every single game. They look what the game they just had against the Ravens.
That's why they're a pretender. They're the worst special teams team in the NFL, and that will cost you a game in the playoffs. Is it fixable?
Yeah,
at this point?
You think so?
Yeah.
That means if you have bad special teams, that means you don't have depth of roster.
Yeah, you can go pick up someone.
Who? It's week 15.
Trade deadline should be done and all that.
We talking about the NFL kids who want to spot. You pick up somebody, put that boy on special teams.
Right.
They
give up a punt return touchdown in the game. take that L.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
That was terrible.
But to even take them to, would you even think
that they would have kept up with Baltimore? Absolutely not.
Exactly.
I didn't.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what Sean McVay is a really good coach.
Seattle.
Oh, pretenders.
And then I saved this to the end because this is the worst division in the NFL, and I am a Falcons fan, and it pains me to say this. The entire NFC South is pretenders. We don't even need to run through it. We don't even need to run through the names. They're all pretenders.
All pretenders.
Yeah, they're not good. But speaking of not good, gentlemen,
Not good.
Memphis Grizzlies. We got to talk about it.
Ja
coming back
for the win tonight. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you better beat Memphis. They're the second worst team in the NBA. Behind Detroit. Well, third.
They won't be after Friday because
that man coming back.
All right, so right now,
December 19th.
Memphis is 6 games behind. Well, probably 7 games now behind the 10th spot.
Correct.
So
they'll be a play-in team. They'll be a play-in team.
Do you think they'll be able to get to a play-in?
I think
10 is playing, right?
Yeah.
They'll be a play-in 10.
I think Ja can cover 7 games by himself.
Okay.
So
name the 9 teams above him.
It is Memphis is low, bro. They're not at 10. 11,
no.
12, 13. They're 14. They're 14th in the West. They're 7 games behind New Orleans.
Yes, behind the 10th spot.
You got Portland, Utah, Golden State, and then the Pelicans are at 10, at 14 and 11.
They're going to pass Utah.
Definitely.
They're going to pass Portland.
For sure.
Pass Portland. Golden State.
Save it.
Save it. I don't know. My bad.
Like, Phoenix is ahead of them, the Clippers, the Rockets.
First of all,
Phoenix is going to shoot up. Clippers should shoot up.
Actually, I don't know if Phoenix is going to shoot up.
Because they never.
I don't know if Phoenix is actually going to shoot up.
They're not. Phoenix has yet to play multiple games together with everybody.
Yeah, my thing is, look at the teams above them.
The Rockets will fall down.
Timberwolves, Thunder, Mavericks, Nuggets, Lakers, Kings, and the Rockets.
The Rockets are at 7.
They're gonna fall off.
They're gonna fall off.
Yeah, they're gonna sooner or later fall off. Clippers.
The Clippers aren't gonna fall off. They got too much talent. Yeah, they got too much talent.
They might pick it up.
I think out of that 10.
I never realized. I didn't sit down and look at the Western Conference standings. The West is loaded. Jesus Christ.
I think out of those 10 teams, the 2 teams that are probably gonna get knocked off are sadly the Rockets and the Pels.
The Pels?
I think so because
the who? The Pelicans?
First off, the Rockets.
They're in a 10th spot right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I can see what he's talking about.
So right now the Rockets, they're 11-1 at home, but on the road they're 1-8. That's not gonna.
That's terrible.
That's not gonna cut it. So based on that, especially with the long back half of the season left, I want them to make it because I'm a Rockets fan, but with Ja coming back, that's gonna add too much. So maybe they can sneak in at 10 and maybe Memphis at 9 or 8, maybe.
The true question right now that I'm looking at these standings is, do the Thunder keep it up?
Yeah, Minnesota will start falling off.
At 2?
Yeah.
Thunder finished at 2.
No, I think Timberwolves are gonna fall off. I think the Thunder are gonna go up. I think the Thunder are taking this regular season very seriously, and they'll end up with the number 1 seed in the Western Conference.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Because Denver is coasting right now. They're not too concerned about the regular season.
Yeah, they're not worried about it. They know
the Lakers don't really care about the regular season like that.
We know that.
Memphis does get hot, though. I mean, they got 2 of the last defensive players of the year. Like, I mean, they can make a good run at it if they get hot.
They good.
I'm going to ask y'all a question.
But it also doesn't help that Marcus Smart's only played 11 games, too.
If Memphis can go from next to last to a playoff team when Ja comes back, should Ja win league MVP?
No,
absolutely not. Because he doesn't meet the requirement.
He doesn't meet the requirements.
I said should. I know what the requirement is. 65 games. I said
They're not
should.
make an exception for that.
No, that's not what I'm asking. I'm asking y'all.
It doesn't matter. They're not going to make the
that's
exception.
Not answer the question.
No, I'm gonna answer the question. I'm gonna answer the question.
Okay.
If they make it into a play-in spot, no. If he fucking around and turns these guys
top 6
into the top 3, crack the top 4. Top 4. He needs to crack the top 4.
Right.
That's a motherfucking MVP right there.
That would be an MVP
because
season.
that is literally what a valuable player is.
Correct.
Nigga, you're below than, but they're in the 14th spot right now, and they make it all the way to the top 4 spot. Now, then you're an MVP.
I think he's already shown why he's the most valuable player to his team with them being this bad.
A lot of teams are like that though.
This bad?
Yeah.
After they was a playoff team, like you can't be this bad. Like this is bad.
2 seed last year.
How bad you think? And this not being, how bad you think the Pacers would be if you take away Halliburton?
I think they would be
You don't think that'll be that bad?
They're at 5.
You
They
don't think
probably
they'll
be
be worse?
around 10 or 11.
Craig, you don't think they'll be worse than the Memphis Grizzlies right now?
No.
No.
Y'all have young talent.
Y'all still have Miles Turner.
You just said they have 2 defensive players of the year.
Yeah, Memphis.
We don't have. They don't have.
But the Pacers have scores.
Miles
Memphis
Turner
can
is a
score.
defensive presence.
It is, but 2 defensive players of the year.
Yes, I hear you.
And you got Matherin. And you got Buddy Hield.
I hear you.
Like, y'all, the Pacers would be
I don't
watchable.
think so, but
Memphis is not watchable. Memphis is probably the
Not
worst
right now.
team in the league.
But I am definitely looking forward to Ja's return. I think Ja is exciting to watch.
Very.
I think he needs to get that little gun issue thing under
I think
control.
he's gonna come out with
like-
something to prove. So I mean, hopefully they can sneak into the playoffs. Because like I said, if they get hot, then
I think
all
he'll be
hell's gonna
very
break loose.
focused. I think he's gonna come out and really like try to prove a point.
I hate that 65 game rule thing is going to really affect him. Kind of affects his status. Kind of affects his legacy.
yeah,
You know. Speaking of legacy, you know what else legacy just got affected?
Oh boy.
Mr. Draymond Green.
Draymond Green.
So breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
If you don't, it might not be
If
breaking
y'all
no more.
If y'all not heard by now, tonight the NBA has suspended Draymond indefinitely. Now I will be the first to say I did not expect that. I was expecting anywhere maybe from like maybe another 5 games to up to 10, but indefinitely.
I was thinking this season.
That is, I'm not saying that's a stretch, but I wasn't expecting that.
That is a stretch.
But I will say he is continuing to prove my point. Every episode, I keep trying to tell you, just like Shannon Sharp said, if I told you grass would turn to cheese, you better start hustling crackers. I told you he is proving my point.
He hasn't
every time.
really proven your point.
Yes, he has.
No, he
He's
hasn't.
been a detriment to the team literally since we started this podcast.
Yeah, but you can't. Yeah,
That
okay,
doesn't-
That's
That's
your
true.
point. That part is
Yes.
true. But he's not more valuable than Clay.
Clay is not more valuable than him. Heck no. Hell no.
Clay is playing like crap. Yes, 1,000%. But
But-
based on everything that's going on right now,
But-
I think it is easier for the Warriors to just be like, Draymond, listen, hypothetically, we'll buy you out, whatever, buy. Like,
I mean, he's meeting tomorrow with the GM.
I'm just Wes. If you're the coach, if y'all are the coach of the Warriors, don't you think enough is enough at some point?
Hey,
No, now
You cannot defend him no more.
enough is enough.
Not-
Enough is enough at this
Matter of
point.
fact, he made the enough is enough list. Draymond Green.
not when you
Enough
got us
is
to
enough.
you
That's it.
you helped
Yeah.
us get to 6
It doesn't-
6 NBA finals, win 4 championships, a defensive player of the year, an Olympian, like a Hall of Famer. Like, what do you
don't-
mean?
I don't.
I
care
think
if
this takes
you-
away his Hall of Fame status.
No. If you put Dennis Rodman in the Hall of Fame, you can definitely keep Draymond in it.
That's actually a fair point.
That is a fair point, but
Yeah.
he's hurting other players.
Yeah.
He
Intentionally.
is.
Yeah. So,
He is.
Okay. So, at
So
one
that's
point,
gonna affect.
Go ahead.
That's gonna affect the viewer, like the people who put him
At
in.
one point, is the NBA going to protect the other players from this man?
From him.
Wes, do we have
From
to go
him.
down the entire list again?
No, we don't.
Okay,
Because this
okay.
is the thing. Draymond would have never, ever gotten this much kickback if let's take it like this. If he chokes out Rudy Gobert, hits Nurkic, and we never see the video of him punching out Jordan Poole, do you think he gets suspended indefinitely? Because I feel like that punching of Jordan Poole holds more weight against him than him choking out Gobert or Nurkic.
It does. For an in-team thing, it
does.
definitely does.
Even though that video should never have gotten out.
That's my
I agree
point.
with that. Yes. Okay.
So I don't think it's right to suspend him indefinitely. I would have said if you want to make it a harsh punishment, suspend him till All-Star. That's what I would think would be
That's basically
more
Ja
realistic.
Morant suspension right there.
No, I think he should definitely guys suspended at least for the season because that's what
For
they
the
did.
entire season.
That's what they did to Ron Artest and them boys.
But Ron
Ron
Artest went
Artest
up in the
was punching
stands.
fans.
Yeah.
Totally different.
After they investigated that, the fans initiated it.
Because
But
They
still,
did, and we're talking about fighting a player on a court. Fighting is fighting. They should they should make it a whole
agree.
thing.
I agree.
Ban them for
But
the season. Not the whole thing. I think that's why I think it affects his Hall of Fame status because he's going to be the first probably player ever banned for this reason.
they're not going to ban him.
He's banned indefinitely.
They'll blackball him at most.
They'll blackball him for a few years. But
He's
but
gone.
To ban him,
He's
I don't
done.
know. But the Ron Artest point, you got to remember, that was at a time where.
Hey, Ron Artest again fighting. He's not gonna get into the Hall of Fame either.
I mean, I don't think we consider Ron Artest
A Hall of Famer.
He has like 4 or 5 defensive MVPs.
He's
Or like,
I mean, I
that
just
accolades add up. You know what I mean? Like the accolades is what get you into the
but
Hall
he
of Fame.
never scored enough and was never the best
not-
player on a championship level team, except for that Indiana team
Yeah.
that he ruined.
That
He was the best player on that.
He
on
was.
that
I'm
Indiana team.
saying, like, you got to remember the NBA at that point was trying to clear up.
And he
like,
has
their
rings too.
image.
Well, he
Correct.
has one. He has one.
But the NBA was trying to clear up their image. So for Ron Artest to jump into the stands and start just swinging like nobody's business, like the NBA had the right to come down hard on that one.
They did.
Right?
They did.
And they did.
Jermaine O'Neal almost killed somebody if he didn't
Jermaine
slip.
O'Neal, Steve
If he didn't
Jackson,
slip, he would have annihilated that dude.
that's still a bad stain mark on the league. In my
It
opinion.
is.
It is. So
But is it fair to say that Draymond is not the first to do the things he's doing? He's just the one that's doing it in the most social media era that the league has ever been in.
I'll agree with that. Yes, because obviously he's not the first, but you got to also remember, like, he's around Steph Curry, who's arguably one of the greatest players, if not one of the most influential players.
Definitely one of the most influential.
He's both of those things.
So it's like you're tuning in watching Steph Curry, you're tuning in watching the Warriors, and all of a sudden Draymond does some shit again. Does some shit again. After a while, regardless if you're a fan of the Warriors, or regardless if you're a fan of Draymond or not, enough is enough. Like,
I agree.
cut the shit out.
Yeah, he does
My
absolutely.
dad is the biggest Warriors fan. He even texted me, was just like, I think Draymond's trying to be the next Dennis Rodman. Like,
He is this generation's Dennis Rodman. That's who he is.
That is exactly what he
But
is.
it's not-
And I
but
definitely
it's
recant
not gonna
that
fly in this
Ryan
league, though.
Artest statement. He has one defensive MVP. He's not going to the Hall of Fame.
No,
Thank
heck
you.
no.
It's Ben Wallace that has like 4 or 5.
Oh, Ben is in the Hall of Fame.
He's going to the Hall of Fame.
No, he's in it.
He's in it already.
for sure.
But enough is enough, Draymond.
Yep, enough is
that's
enough. Put him on the
Everest,
list.
you said something that I want you to go further into. What is the enough is enough list? Who else is on that list besides Draymond Green currently?
Currently, we have Currently, I'm building it.
Okay.
Now, I got some more people on mind. I just want to see who else is gonna keep it up. This shenanigans, you know.
Shenanigans.
that they fucking committing on whatever professional league that they're playing in. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's baseball, basketball, football.
Draymond should be at the top of that list.
Oh, he is. He's number one. I'm still compelling this list. You know. Like cause you know, Mac Jones is probably he's close.
Mac's not on the list already.
Not yet, cause they don't have nobody over there.
Average.
They have nobody.
He was
over
throwing interceptions
Yeah.
at a rate
But-
that's just
I could
bad.
probably play quarterback right now.
there. No, you can't.
No, you can't. Not
No, you
not
can't.
with them weapons and that
No, you
offensive
can't.
line.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. The weapons
I'm saying I could
it's
probably
terrible.
play better than Mac Jones.
No, you can't. If you
Right
think
now.
you can go out there and play better at football than Mac Jones, you're delusional.
That's basically saying, which you probably know what exactly I'm about to say. Our tech and audio guy, Willard, thinks that he can go out on the NBA court and score 10 points.
Right.
So that's basically the same thing that
That's
I'm saying.
that right. Right.
This guy here.
Yeah.
Him.
Now, we're talking about Willard.
He's behind the camera. You can't see him.
You can't see Willard,
You can't see him.
but no, absolutely not. If Willard can score 10 in an NBA game today, and I'm a cop, no. I'm going for 30 if that's the case.
Yeah.
That's probably a little bit of a reach, but if Willard can get 10, then damn, I can probably at least get 15.
I'm getting up 10 shots. That's for damn sure.
I'm definitely
I'm touching the rock and putting it up.
I can get up
don't
10
even care.
shots. Maybe
Putting it up.
Maybe I'm sorry. We sorry to just throw you. Yeah, no.
No.
But
No.
I say that
10
but
points?
I say that to bring up that point. Like,
I hope y'all can hear that. I really hope y'all heard what he just said, but we just gonna move right along.
yeah, we're going right onto the list.
Bill Belichick needs to be on that list.
Nah,
Enough
he-
is a
nah,
goddamn enough.
Yeah.
Because he's not doing it. He's not doing what he needs to do at all. It's terrible.
Poor Bill Belichick. Man.
I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, I'm still compelling the list. No scripts. Brandon Staley, the head coach.
Enough. He gotta go. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. Brandon Staley, you're on the list, bro.
Christ,
you're on the list.
Hey, yeah, like
Got the highest paid defense in the NFL, and they're terrible. Got a
Jesus
$250 million quarterback that you can't protect and is hurt for the season now. Austin Eckler looks terrible. The offensive line is garbage. Your clock management is terrible. Your fourth down decisions are awful. Like, bro, you need to go. Like,
he just wasted the youth of Justin Herbert over there.
He wasted it. He wasted Justin Herbert's rookie deal when they should have been building a contender and winning playoff games and championships. And another thing is, even though Brandon Staley does need to go, we need to start blaming Justin Herbert for why the Chargers are not successful. You're too talented. You have too much skill. You make too much money. You're too good.
It's all insane.
To blow a 27-point lead to Trevor Lawrence and Jackson.
I would hate to be a Chargers fan.
It's depressing.
Depressing. I would hate to be a Chargers.
It's got to be depressing right now.
I mean, it's not as depressing.
You know what? You know who else is on that list?
But it's depressing.
Arthur Smith is on that list.
Yes. Ooh, can I? All right.
Arthur Smith is on that list.
Here's my camera.
You drive beat around.
Arthur Smith. I want you to hear me and hear me good, my man. You, sir, are going to get yourself fired. You have multiple top 10 picks on offense. Kyle Pitts, you don't even know how to use him. He barely gets the ball. Drake London, top 10 pick, doesn't know how to utilize him properly. Barely gets the ball as he needs to when he needs to get the ball. Bijan Robinson, the best running back prospect we've had since Saquon Barkley come out in the draft, and you can't give him the ball and get him the ball and put him in situations to succeed to make Desmond Ritter's job easier. The offensive line is a top 10 rated offensive line. The defense is a top 10 defense statistically this season.
Yeah,
you, sir, are not getting the job done. You need to utilize your weapons and stop being hard-headed and feed Bijan, play action pass, throw the ball to Drake London, put Kyle Pitts in isolation situations with linebackers and safeties, and have him be the red zone threat and target that he should be. He was labeled as a generational tight end, and yet you cannot get him the ball. What you're going to end up doing is getting yourself fired, or we're going to mess around, trade Kyle Pitts, and he's going to go somewhere else and become a Hall of Fame player, and we're going to waste Bijan Robinson's career behind your pathetic play calling and your incompetence as a coach to lead this team in a forward-moving direction while you back Desmond Ridder the entire time thinking that he's going to be some kind of great quarterback when you could have went traded for Justin Fields last offseason. You could have signed Lamar Jackson last offseason. You could have done anything besides have Desmond Ridder as the quarterback for this team. The Atlanta Falcons have too much talent to be 6-7 and in second place in the NFC South. You need to go.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts is gonna go join the Saints and torch y'all for 200, 300 yards.
I'm tired of Arthur Smith. I'm done with Arthur.
You need some water?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Sure. All right. So you brought up lists. So let's go into the next topic.
The list.
So top 10 shooting guard list. So
I've been waiting on this one.
Everest elected to go last. So do you want to go or you want me to go? You want me to take the floor?
Oh,
okay.
please
right.
do. Because I feel
it's really your list. And then,
I mean, we all have a list though.
Yeah, we all have a list,
so,
but you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like,
so,
because really,
guard for me is, which we talked about earlier off camera, somebody who's taking high volume shots. So this is my list, and I'm
consistently
going down and
consistently taking high volume shots. That's my. I totally agree with you on that one.
I'm going down the list. Number 1, Anthony Edwards. Number 2, Devin Booker. Number 3, Donovan Mitchell.
Spider.
Number 4, Zach LaVine. 5, Jaylen Brown. 6, Bradley Beal. 7, Jordan Clarkson. 8, Cam Thomas. 9, DeJounte Murray. And 10, Jalen Green. That's my list.
You had to sneak Jalen in
I sure
there.
did.
So
I sure did.
Now, I mean, your list is not bad, but see, this one. You know, we're gonna get into this topic a little bit later. You know, you have Bradley Beal and Booker there.
Yes. High volume shooters.
Both of them are playing the shooting guard position.
Both of them have been historically shooting guards throughout their career. We're not about to start.
We're talking about right
this.
now, though. We're talking about right now. So why is James Harden is
A point guard.
A point guard.
but historically he's been a what?
Point
Point
guard.
guard.
Ever since he left OKC.
Ever since he left, yes.
So he was on the point guard when he was with the
Houston?
Rockets.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yes, he led the league in assists for like 3 years.
Okay, yeah, I give you that
Yes.
one. Yeah, yeah.
So,
Patrick
absolutely.
Beverly
He
was
also
the
led the
other
league in points
guard.
too, though.
Huh?
I think he led the lead in points too.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Times.
Yeah.
So
I think he averaged 35 one season or the 33. Like he was.
Yeah, but he's still listed as a shooting guard. But I don't go by what's listed.
So-
I don't go by what's listed.
So
But
a lot of people in the comments of our reel had a lot to say about R.J. Barrett, had a lot to say about Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Austin Reeves, Buddy Hield, all this stuff. I'm looking at ESPN right now. Shout out ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Jordan Poole is 13 behind Jalen.
Mm-hmm.
Bogdan Bogdanovic from Atlanta is 12. Harden's
That's
14,
crazy.
which I don't know why he's on this list.
Right.
Klay Thompson's 15.
15.
Austin Reeves is 20. Buddy Hield's 24. Jalen Suggs is 30. So based on this right here, Jalen Green is 10, right where I have him. So
You're gonna base this
I'm
off
not-
of the ESPN list.
But also I'm gonna say this because I want this to be clear. R.J. Barrett missed the cut on my list because I feel like, and I want y'all to chime in on this. I feel like since 2019, since he's been in the league, dare I say he's been sort of a model citizen. There's nothing.
You talking about RJ Barrett?
yeah. I know
Model
what you mean.
citizen.
He hasn't really done a lot.
Like he's a bystander pretty much. Like
he's
he
a
hasn't
bystander
done
anymore.
Guys.
a treeing like
is
to.
that fair to say?
Huh? Yeah.
But
I don't even know when's the last time I seen an RJ Barrett highlight.
I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect him. I just don't think like he's been a model citizen in my eyes. So, and then I'll also point out in the last 2 times they were in the playoffs, his plus and minus has been minus 37 and minus 23. I can't do anything with that.
But you can be a model citizen all you want to. We need production on the court.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you're-
that's
you-
what he's saying
that's
about
what I'm
model.
saying.
Saying about model citizen is
Like-
that he's just a bystander,
he's
bro.
just-
He's just
He's just
average.
there.
He's
He's
mid.
just a guy.
That's what
He's
saying.
mid.
That's what he's saying. He's
But
just
he
there.
has
he's just there.
He's just there.
But I feel like RJ Barrett has the talent to be
yes.
a
He
top
does.
10 shooting guard,
Yeah.
top 8 shooting guard, honestly.
He has the talent. I 100% agree.
But he got stuck with
hasn't-
Tom Thibodeau.
Okay.
When has Tom Thibodeau ever
he produced an
ever?
MVP.
Derrick Rose was going to be great no matter who was his coach.
Jimmy Butler.
He was that nice.
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler
Butler
was known as a defender. Nobody knew Jimmy Butler had this offensive game until he got
Did
out
he
of
not
Chicago.
get the name Jimmy Buckets in Chicago?
He definitely did.
That name.
Jimmy
That-
Buckets.
Jimmy Butler.
It started in
Jimmy
Chicago, right?
Butler.
Under who?
Under
Thibodeau.
Okay.
Jimmy Butler was not the prolific scorer that we have known him to be.
He was a 2-time All-Star in Chicago.
Right. How many
far.
All-Star games has he made since he's left Chicago?
But those 2 were
Under Tom. Yeah, like we're.
But
we're
that
proving
doesn't
my point.
mean-
I'm proving my point.
But
Like,
that doesn't mean that Tom Thibodeau makes offensive players better, because Jimmy Butler was known as a great defender and he started to come into his own as an offensive player. And then once he and Thibodeau went their separate ways, Jimmy Butler blew up as far as an offensive threat. In Minnesota,
Let me go look at
he
Jimmy
was
Butler's
balling.
numbers right now.
Miami,
He did lead Minnesota
balling.
to the playoffs.
Like,
I'll
come
say
on,
that,
man.
yes.
He
76ers.
led Chicago's to the playoffs.
Balling.
No. So he's saying after he left Chicago.
He became a better and more prolific scorer. He could expand his game under those
But
teams.
that's my list. I know I'm probably gonna get slammed in the comments, but I also, because we also talked about this too. Desmond Bane's not on my list.
What?
He's not on my list.
You don't have a T-Rex
I
on your list?
I don't see the big deal about Desmond Bane. Like for me, he doesn't do anything special than any other guy on this list.
Who's
That's
at
just me.
Who's at 8, 9, and 8 and 9? Because I know Jalen's at
8
10.
and 9, 8 is Cam Thomas, 9 is DeJounte Murray.
He's better than DeJounte Murray right now. This season, he's better than DeJounte Murray.
Who Desmond Bain? He
Yes.
is this season. He is. But
I just
go ahead,
don't
go into
see
your
it.
time.
I'm
His
not.
production is gonna go way down starting Friday
When Ja comes back,
when Ja comes back.
but
I
Jaren
just
Jackson
don't
Jr. has
see
been so bad. I think that Ja might average 35 and Bane might average 28 because Jaren ain't doing
at that
nothing
rate, yes.
offensively.
But that's my list. I'm sticking to it. I think Jalen Green is top 10 with at being 10.
Okay. Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Because me and Everett's about to get a list. Willard, you might as well put down that whiteboard telling us what we need to do because this is about to get real heated after I run through this top 10.
Go ahead and sit up.
Okay, so I'll go next.
Okay.
Devin Booker at 1. Anthony Ant-Man at 2.
Okay.
Spider at 3. Kyrie Irving at 4. Jimmy Buckets at 5.
Okay.
PG at 6. I don't know why y'all didn't have PG. Why you didn't have PG on there. Jaylen Brown. Bradley Beal. Zach LaVine. In the T-Rex, Desmond Bane with Cam Thomas and DeJounte Murray as honorable mention. No Jalen Green.
Okay. I can respect that.
Okay. I can respect your list. Because you had a couple of picks on there that blew my mind a little bit. They kind of blew my mind a little bit.
I see how you looked when I said Kyrie.
Because
Like,
I wouldn't expect you to say Kyrie.
Because everybody know Luka's the point guard. We all know Luka's the point guard.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
So that's why I kept trying to tell you guys on this new Suns team, Bill is the point guard.
No, he's not. Okay, see, this is where the argument starts. No, he's not.
You say your list, and then we're going to get into it.
Because we're going to get into it. Yeah, we're going to get well into this. So, number one.
George is a shooting guard, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Devin Booker, number 1. Number 2, Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
Number 3, Paul George.
Yes, sir.
Number 4, Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Spider.
Number 5, Jaylen Brown. Number 6, I got Zach LaVine. Number 7, I got DeJounte Murray. Number 8, I got Cam Thomas. Number 9, I got Brandon Ingram.
At the 2?
He plays
as a 2.
He plays the 2. Herbert Jones is the 3.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. I like
That's
Herb
it.
Jones too. Herb Jones is a good player.
Yeah, and then my last and not least is Desmond Bane at 10.
Thank you, my man.
I just don't see it.
T-Rex.
I just don't see it.
He is balling.
He got robbed out of that most improved player.
He did. That's what Ja was talking about.
Wait, no. That year, DeJounte Murray should have won it. He almost averaged a triple-double, but people don't even realize that when he was with the Spurs. His last season with the Spurs. He almost averaged a triple-double.
I agree, but the problem with DeJounte ultimately is he's inefficient.
Not that year, he wasn't.
When you put the ball in his hand and let him go, he goes.
Yeah, now I think him being in such a systematic offense is kind of hurting him.
It's with Trae Young.
Yeah.
There's not really good. Trae's not a good defender, so DeJounte got to guard the best guard on the other team and try to be able to be a more efficient scorer on the other end. It's too much on him right now. It's way too much on him right now. But actually, I don't too much disagree with Everest's list, other than the fact that he's saying that Bradley Beal is the point guard for the Suns.
Yes.
Go right ahead.
Bradley Beal is the point guard.
Did you watch the Suns and Warriors game last night? Did you happen to see who was running the show?
Did they play? They didn't play last night.
Yes,
No, KD didn't play, but KD's the 3.
We're talking about between Booker and.
Yeah, when they're all what I said is when they're all 3 on that court, because that's the only time you're gonna see it. Exactly. I'm that's why I brought in when we was in that group. I said prior to the season, because that's what they plan to do is all 3 of them be on the court together, right? Bradley Beal said, "I'm gonna be the point guard." Both of these guys average 27. I'm not averaging 27 right now. I'm gonna be the point guard. Y'all let these guys score.
I
I got KD and Devin Booker. The nigga who dropping 70 something points, and the nigga dropping 60 that drops 30, and he's probably the greatest scorer of all time. Why would Bradley Beal be the shooting guard?
Nobody cares about what you say you're going to do. Show me what you are going to do.
They haven't had a chance.
And what I've been seeing is Devin Booker, as I put in the group message yesterday, has been leading the team and is one of the top assist people at his position while still averaging 27 points a game.
Number 7 in assists in the league right now.
Like 27 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists.
That's good. I mean, you have players who can do that exceptionally. You have players like that who can just
But
do
Bradley
it.
Beal has never been a point guard and will never be a point guard. He has had an opportunity to be a point guard and run a team with the Wizards teams that was god awful because nobody was going to take the ball out of his hand, and he was always a shooting guard.
List of shooting guards.
If we're going to base it off of what they're doing, like just you're the
'cause
point
what their
guard,
role
take
is.
him off of the point guard. I mean, off the shooting guard, and make him a point guard.
Like positionless basketball.
Positionless basketball is pretty much everyone finds a role. You could be, it don't matter what you is, because basketball is one of the few sports, if not, it might be the only sport where it don't matter what position you're in, you can lead any stat. You can lead the league in any stat.
That's true.
Yes.
So it's completely
But that's
positional
all,
basketball.
so
The Denver Nuggets is a perfect example. Everyone knows that Jokic is a point guard. Jokic is the point guard of that team. He controls the offense. He's the point guard.
I wish I would stop disrespecting Jamal Murray.
He's a shooting guard.
I wish I would stop.
Jamal Murray is a plane.
In that lineup, Jamal Murray is a shooting guard.
In that lineup, Jamal Murray is the shooting guard.
Jamal Murray is he's the person that will bring the ball up, that can initiate offense. I agree with what you're saying ultimately, but I think we should put more respect on Jamal
that's still
Murray's
being
name.
a playmaker. We're not saying that shooting guards can't be playmakers.
Oh, I'm glad you said that because I meant to say that earlier. So then if we're talking about positionless basketball and when it comes to point guard, shooting guard, so why don't we break it up into playmakers versus scorers?
Bro, I don't make the rules.
I'm asking. Y'all not listening today. I'm asking y'all a question. Why don't we, the three of us, split this up between playmakers,
Okay, deal.
and scorers?
Okay.
So if that's the criteria, shooting guards would be
No,
scorers.
I don't
So
think
then who's the best scorers at that position? Because Booker would slide over to the playmaker area. Bradley Beal has yet to show us he's a playmaker on any level. He's never been a playmaker. Even in college at Florida, not a playmaker.
Yeah,
he's a scorer.
Yeah, he's a scorer.
He's a
Absolutely.
scorer.
He's a scorer. Yeah, but I'm not saying that's not what he said prior to the season. It's what he said, and that's what I was going up. Today is the first time we seen today. Tonight is actually
tonight.
Was the first night. Not gonna lie, Devin Booker freaking killed it. He had like 36, 12.
He's been killing it all year.
That nigga's cold. He different.
He's different.
He's different. But you also have players that like that who can just operate on the court and just do everything. There's very few. And that's why we call those guys superstars.
Yeah. Devin Booker is a superstar.
And I'm saying that's why we call those guys superstars. It's because they can do everything on the court.
But no, okay. So in that logic, is Anthony Edwards a superstar?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anthony Edwards cannot do everything on the court.
He can.
Yes, he can.
What he can't do?
Play make.
He can play make.
He can, but does he play make at a high enough level as a Devin Booker?
Yeah, you're doing it at the NBA level.
Everybody in the NBA is at an NBA level. Like, what are we talking about?
That's true. But
I see what you're saying, and I think the playmaking for Ant comes when Mike Conley goes to the bench. Like when Mike Conley goes to the bench, that's where you see all of Anthony Edwards.
So wait, what are y'all describing as playmaking? Like as in passing, like passing only? Because
no, you can
scoring is playmaking.
Yes, right? But you also playmakers also score and make plays, but they also are able to set their teammates up to score. You may not get the assist because they might miss the shot. Yeah, but you're putting them in position to score.
Yeah. Right. So I mean, a lot. This Anthony Edwards is definitely a playmaker. I don't know if you really be watching this. Yeah, he's a playmaker.
I watch his games, but what I'm saying is,
bro.
I don't think at the end of a game from the games that I've been watching this season,
is he on the level of Booker?
No.
But is he on a superstar level?
He can score like Booker.
Is he on a superstar level? Yeah, Anthony Edwards definitely.
I think he's right. He's like just right below. He's like right there below.
Preferably, but I think those. Right.
In future term, I'm choosing.
You choosing Ant. You choosing Ant. Ant-Man different. Ant-Man is different.
So back to this positionless thing. So I didn't have Paul George on my list because I feel like between him and Kawhi, they flip flop who's a shooting guard, who's a small forward. So
if Kawhi's knees work.
So for me, I feel like Paul George.
I feel like Paul George.
I feel like, or he can be shooting guard. So
see, in that aspect,
puts people on that list.
And in that aspect, I like to. That's where you have to break it down to details because you can say the same thing for Butler and Harrell. You can say the same thing for Tatum and Brown.
Everybody.
But that's where if you look closer at the game, it's who's taking more outside shots Outside the perimeter, Paul George.
Okay.
Kawhi's taking more inside the shots, and he plays more inside, so he can also help rebound. And that's what the small forward position is.
Okay.
A slasher, someone that can get on the boards and be able to run the court.
Yeah, they
scoring.
shoot, they shoot mediums. They can shoot the 3 ball, but most small forwards they're not taking 10 threes a game. They might take 7. Tatum's the only one I've seen that's even firing them threes.
Tatum don't care. He gonna
but they don't really. That's why I think. That's why I don't have Jimmy Butler listed as a shooting guard. I think he's a small forward. He plays more inside, and he takes a lot of mid-range shots back to the basket. Same thing as DeMar DeRozan.
That's why I also didn't have Kyrie on mine because
he takes a lot of outside shots though.
But Kyrie is clearly the 2 guard on that team.
He is.
Come on, Luka's the point.
We're talking, and I said if you put Kyrie on another team, is he the point guard?
Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. Like,
no.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
When he was on that Celtics, he was a point guard.
That's fine. Did you watch him in Cleveland? LeBron was the point guard. Wait a minute. Did you watch him in Brooklyn? James Harden was the point guard.
We know that because he had a point guard with him.
Luka,
it's all about guard. We saying that, but when he was on the Celtics, he's gonna play. If you put Kyrie on the Portland Trail Blazers tomorrow, he's the point guard. He's gonna be the point guard.
Yes, I 100% believe that. Yes.
That's because he would be forced into that role. Kyrie is not a natural point guard. He's a natural shooting guard.
Same thing I said about Devin Booker.
Okay, so when he left Cleveland,
Devin Booker is a natural shooting guard.
When Kyrie
is. But you saying he's a point guard of that team.
On that team, he is.
That's what I said. He gets forced into that role.
When Kyrie left Cleveland, he wanted to have his own team, right?
Right.
Went to Boston because he wanted to be the what?
The man.
The man, yeah.
He was the man.
Which is what?
Which is that not be the point guard to be the man.
The guy. You don't got to be the point guard.
You don't.
Okay, that's fair. You don't have to be. But he wanted to be a part of his own team where he can lead because LeBron was the point guard. Mm-hmm. He went to the Celtics. Obviously, that was a disaster, but he was the point guard.
Yeah. It was a disaster.
Those 4 years,
it didn't work out.
As the point guard.
And you know what ended up happening?
It blew up right in his
He got hurt. Terry Rozier came in, and they got better.
Yeah,
they got better.
We know
when he's not the point.
We're saying it didn't work.
I'm right here with you. It didn't work.
But that means he's not a point.
No, that doesn't mean
if your backup comes in and plays the position better than you.
I don't think he's a point guard at all. You know what's crazy? I think Kyrie is strictly a shooting guard.
I agree.
But in certain situations, he is a point guard.
Yes.
He has to be.
Because he has to be.
Yeah.
Because he has to be.
He has to be.
Right. I agree with that. That I agree with also.
Yeah, he has to be. That's the same thing I'm saying for Devin Booker. And Devin Booker, he's a point guard right now because he has to be. He never had Bradley Beal to even play with. All these years he's been playing with Chris Paul, a point guard. So where you can allow him to play his shooting guard role. That's why I'm gonna continue listening to him as a shooting guard. And that's why I think Bradley Beal, once he gets more involved in the offense, he's gonna be the point guard.
But Bradley Beal has had times where he didn't have a point guard.
He's played like 6 games.
Still wasn't a point guard.
All those years in Washington, he was the shooting guard.
He's a shooting guard. They're asking him to do that though. We need you to.
In Washington wasn't even relevant
at all.
Yeah, I know, but they're still.
Until Bradley Beal was there.
Once John Wall left and Russell Westbrook left, it was Bradley. Here, take the ball.
Yeah, I know. I get it.
He was an all-star that year.
I know. I get it. I get it, but I'm saying now he has found a new role on a new team, and you can do that.
And time will tell how that goes. If he's going to be the quote unquote point guard,
I think he will be.
Oh, he won't be. He won't be. Y'all, the Phoenix Suns are on national TV a lot. You're going to see Devin Booker consistently being the point guard. When Kevin Durant and Bill and Booker in the lineup, I promise you the ball will be in Devin Booker's hands, making decisions for the other two to get to good spots to score the ball.
Now, like I said, you don't got to have the ball in your hand to be a point guard. Jokic don't always have the ball in his hand. This nigga takes a high roll screen, be like, hey, you go over there, you go over there. You go over there, high screen roll. I get the ball one time. Do it.
But that's a point forward. That's a point center.
No, he does. He does.
Bring the ball.
He does. I'm not saying he does, but I'm saying you don't have to be a point guard.
To be a point guard? Then what is your purpose on the court?
Without the ball, LeBron does it all the time.
But LeBron has the ball in his hand.
No, sometimes he don't.
60% of the time.
Sometimes he don't. No, he don't.
He doesn't bring it up 60% of the time.
No.
He doesn't.
But when it comes to initiating offense, it runs through
but
Bron.
That's what he's saying.
I get what he's saying, but what I'm saying is LeBron will have the ball in his hand the majority of the time. On that Lakers team, when you watch the Lakers, the ball's gonna be in Bron's hands most of the time. It's Pools most of the time.
I mean, Russell brings the ball up a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
And LeBron is on the wing setting up the plays.
But when Russell and Reeves are not in the game, who brings the ball?
Yeah,
it's always
LeBron.
going to be LeBron.
Yeah.
Always going to be LeBron.
No. Russell brings the ball up a lot. Actually, I don't know if you've been watching. I was like, yeah, he brings the ball up a lot.
But we all
and LeBron is literally sitting at the wing or he's sitting at the half court already telling these guys where to be.
Right, but LeBron is a different. Right, he's different.
I'm just saying that just goes along with it.
He's different. So yeah, do you want to defend your boy Jalen Green before we get out of here with him being at 10 because he wasn't on either one of our lists?
I mean, based on our conversation, I'll drop him down and I'll put in Paul George.
Yeah.
Because again, I didn't know where to label him.
Yeah, you got to.
Jalen, we want you to be great.
Jalen, you're at 11. I'll just leave it at that.
And just like before we head out, just like I told these boys earlier, this is gonna make them say Jalen Suggs is gonna be a better player than Jalen Green in the future.
Guys,
hey, we're gonna wrap it up.
Guys, I just want y'all to know. I do not agree with that statement. Jalen Suggs is like the 6th best player on his own team in Orlando.
Hey man,
and he's going to be better than Jalen Green.
Suggs believe it, that nigga is hooping.
That's terrible. He's not even better than Cole Anthony, and that's just that's bad. That's bad.
Mark my words, he'll get a ring before Jalen Green.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Yeah, my bold take tonight.
Devin George has a championship ring. What are we talking about?
He'll be a contributing factor. Come on now, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, why we gotta state the obvious? Like, oh, he gotta be a contributing. Obviously, gonna be a contributing factor. You act like I'm saying Sasha Vujacic.
Sasha Vujacic was a contributor to them championship teams in LA with Kobe. I don't know why you hating on Sasha.
Where's yours?
That's his hot take.
Yeah.
Jalen Suggs is going to be better.
Than Jalen Green.
Yeah. Boy, y'all like doing stuff that we never find out about till we old and gray.
Yeah.
Like, why do we do this? Man. I went with Philly last week. Okay. Here we go. Back to the well again of the National Football League. I love the NFL. It's my favorite league to watch because of how competitive it is. And with that being said, I said the Eagles will lose their first playoff game in this upcoming playoff. It pains me to say this because I hate them so much. The Dallas Cowboys are going to win the NFC, and then they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. God, I can't even. That tasted disgusting coming out of my mouth. Oh God, But I mean, they're playing so well. Dak playing at the MVP level, man. Like, the defense is good.
Oh, if you want a quick hot take, Tyreek, I definitely think Tyreek is gonna be MVP. Is he gonna be the first receiver to ever do it?
No.
I don't think so.
No, that injury messed him up, and the fact that he's not going to get to 2,000 yards is what's going to really kill it. If he would have got to 2K, he probably would have won.
There's been a receiver that's been an MVP?
No.
Yeah, he would have been the first receiver to ever do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd still think he's going to win MVP.
Go ahead, Evan. I can't believe I'm rooting for the Cowboys in this situation.
I'm going to keep mine simple. Stay in the NBA. The Denver Nuggets will go back-to-back.
That's a good
okay.
One. That's a good one.
Denver Nuggets will go back-to-back.
Okay.
Will is ready. Ready to go.
Our tech and audio guy hates us right now.
He really does. We went way past the time limit.
Episode 4 is in the books. I'm Evan. This is Wes. We have Everest in the building. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all like and subscribe and share it to a few friends on.
You know what I'm saying? Like we said,
Arthur Smith, get right, dog. I'm coming for you on the next show.
Check us out on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Appreciate y'all sticking around. Episode.
You lose to Carolina. I'm on you, Arthur.
Y'all might lose that game.
Bro, we lose that game. Oh,